Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and we're going to come out here to the shop and show you what we got going on today. I got a pile of parts. The fender, I got to take it back to him. I had to bring it up here because I couldn't get these two bolts out, so I got to cut them out and then take that fender back to him. I was only interested in the inner fender wells and the radiator support, which I'm gonna have to work on it too. I'm thinking serious about cutting some spot welds, but we'll see. Might choose to do another option. But anyway, I've got all the front end off of the truck, and the inner fenders, these are the ones that was on the truck that I've got, and it's just so thin and rusted up. That one's actually not in too awful bad a shape. However, this one over here for the driver's side is in terrible shape. It's got big old holes and rusted out. And so I went and got actually, this one is the new one. The other one's still on it. And you see it's in pretty bad shape. So I got to take that one and replace it with one of these two. And I got the radiator support out of it, but it's got some bent places in it. I think it's been hit. This here needs to all be straightened up right here. This needs to be straightened up because it's bent all to hell. Somebody bent it all to hell here. So I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'll have to straighten it somehow. I don't know why people beat on stuff. They cut that out. That shouldn't have been cut out. I mean, what was they trying to get to fit in there? Some freaking tractor and trailer headlight? I swear, man, it never ceases to amaze me what I find on these West Virginia vehicles, man. I'm not impressed. Anyway, so we've got the front clip off, and everything's just laying there. I've got this that goes on the manifold right there. I got some work to do there to that too. Look how bad shape that's in. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna weld that top closed, and I'm gonna screw that back on there. That was a tube that came up the back here and went over here to nothing. Somebody had cut it off, so I don't know what it actually went to. I'll have to look online and see, but I'm not really worried about it because it's that EGR bullshit. And I'm going to do a AC delete. I've already cut the canister out because they had cut all the lines. Every one of them were cut. So I just said, I've never had vehicle with AC, so it don't matter. I don't need it. So we're going to delete that and get it out of there. I've got the wrong alternator because the only option I had was to get an alternator off of the truck next door. And it just so happened that he had to put one on it too, and he put the wrong one on it. So this is not the one for this, but it will work. It's just going to have one bolt that holds it in it. And the body of this is resting down on the frame of the mount. So it's solid. So once I get the belt on it, it's not coming this way. It's going that way with the pressure of the belt. So that ought to work just fine. I've got to find the right belt in order to use this pulley to put right here since I'm deleting the AC. And I think I've got the right pulley in my cart or belt. but I cannot find a belt for a non-AC S10 Chevrolet pickup. They all say it operates the AC. So I don't think I'm getting the right belt like that. So I went on YouTube, looked for how or AC delete on the S10 pickup. And I've seen two options, and I'm not paying for the one option. I'm not paying no $90 for a frickin' aluminum L bracket with a pulley, plastic pulley on it, and a bearing. There's probably not $10 worth of material there, and they're asking $90 or $80. They've lost their frickin' mind. So, and I can make that bracket. I just can't find the pulley. So, if I can't find the correct belt, this has to go one of two ways. If I can find the shorter belt that goes on this, damn. Oh, that smoke's going right up my face. Let me stop that. The pulley sets right here. So I'm trying to bring the height of the motor down. You know, I don't want all that stuff sticking up in my way. I want to be able to reach over here and grab that bolt when I want to. So that would also make a nice little place to set a tool when you're working on it. So it's a plus. But on the video, I seen that he put the model or the belt part number. So I went and punched that part number that was on the belt in eBay, and I think I got the right one. So I think I'm going to go this route right here, and I'm going to put that pulley right there. And that's just going to be a idler pulley. So this one seems to be okay. Sounds a little dry, but I really ain't got no options right now. So I need to fix the rear door. Something's keeping me from being able to open it. But I'm waiting on parts right now. Now, another thing that I was thinking about doing is, since they went and cut these lines right here, these are for the oil cooler. And it goes to this unit right here that mounts to the bottom of the radiator support. So what I'm thinking is this. Does it have wires hooked to that thing? It ain't electrical, is it? No, it's just mechanical. Okay. So what I was thinking about doing was just go ahead and cutting these off right here, and then run two hoses from each one of these up through here and go to these two right here. Now, I don't know if it's a bad idea or if it's a good idea, but if I take and cut these fittings off here, I can just put a hose on it. Of course, it's got that bracket on it. Might have to work around that bracket. Either that or figure out a way to put some kind of a barb fitting on here, threaded on here with a female barb, but finding that size is going to be next to impossible. So I might have those fittings, actually. I might be able to make that work. But tell me if you think that using that would be a bad idea as a oil cooler, because I'm not using AC no more. So why not utilize that to run the oil through it? I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. I don't think there's any pressure on that. If there is any pressure, it's normally around about anywhere from 29 to 75 psi. My truck, when I started up, it gets 75 psi, and then it drops to about 55, 60. once it warms up. This would probably run somewhere around 29, 30 psi oil pressure. So those are under pressure from the AC. And I'm pretty sure that the pressure in the AC is higher than the pressure in the oil. So I don't see any reason why that wouldn't work. The only problem that I have in my mind is, all right, I'm imagining that the motor is filled up with oil. And if that is filled up with oil, is that going to run the damn oil down so low that you're going to have, because it's going to equalize. Once you shut it off, it'll equalize. So, because liquid equalizes. So, it might fill the engine up when it's turned off, and then it has to take all that fluid that it takes to fill that up. I don't know how much that would take. It's not much smaller than that frickin' radiator, and a radiator takes a lot. Of course, this doesn't have the end caps that holds more fluid. It's just the vanes. So it might take a couple quarts to fill that up. So if you take a couple quarts to fill that up, when you start the engine, you're going to be putting the oil into that and filling it up, but that's taking it out of the engine. So if you've got 5 quarts in there and you take 2 out, you're going to be running with 3 quarts. So that might be a bad idea. So tell me what you think, guys. What you think, if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I'm steering towards I'm right. It just makes sense because I know how everything works. I know how the liquid's going to act, and it's got to fill that up so it's not blowing bubbles all over the place. It's not going to do that. It's going to fill that radiator up when you start it up. So you don't want to run it 2 quarts more than what it calls for, because then you're going to create another problem. So I have another option here. Let me see if I can find it here. I'll even bring this up as an option so you guys can see it, but I think I might be able to make this work too, but I don't know if it's going to be too small. So this is for like a four-wheeler or a motorcycle, and I could probably mount that thing. It's got that bracket right there. I could take and mount that thing right there in that area, utilizing one of those holes right there. So we already got a hole there. We just got to drill one more. But I can mount that right there, run my hoses through and over to the oil filter unit. I'm thinking this might be a better deal. It's really unnecessary, to be honest with you. I'd rather just have the damn oil filter on the motor, but I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you can take the damn motor or take these lines off, take that piece that's adapted to the filter, wherever filter would go. I don't see where it's at, but it's hard to find. I have to follow them lines, and they look like they go clear back to the back of the motor. So I don't know where the oil filter is on this thing. I haven't climbed underneath of it yet. I'm afraid to see what's underneath of it. Considering what this up here looks like, I can imagine what the bottom of it looks like. They're also missing something here, spring or something, so this door doesn't stay open. That bearing's pretty much gone, man. That's crazy. So I got to fix all that. I got to make a new door pin or bushing to put in there, because the top one's off. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done to it. I still got critter stuff there I got to get rid of. I thought I got all that. And we're going to try to get all this stuff lifted up and try to clean that frame up a little bit and repaint it. I got plenty of time to do it. But that's where we're at on the S10 build. I'm just robbing Peter to pay Paul is what I'm doing here. I had to give up an air compressor for the... I gave up my little air compressor I used to use when I was in Winston-Salem when I had a camper for a shop. So I had to trade that for, and that was a $300 compressor. It's got a brand new head on it. For the 2 inner fenders and the radiator support. So I'm losing all my good stuff. This truck better turn out to be nice. I'm waiting on the head gasket kit, and we're going to tear that motor down and put a new head gasket kit in it, and got a new rotor button and distributor cap coming for it, and yes, a grill. Well, I'm gonna be out there eating my deer at the end of this month. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.